Now, from your weather authority, meteorologist Cody Bailey.
Well, it is officially now tied for the longest heat wave of the summer so far today, our 11th consecutive 90-degree day. That ties the stretch from July 20th to the 30th with those 90s and the very humid and steamy air that we dealt with. Dew points aren't quite that high, but definitely in the 70s, and that's what we'll deal with for the rest of the weekend and early next week. And that's why most of the tri-state is now under that heat advisory that will run through Tuesday evening, expiring at about 7 o'clock Central Time, with the exception, as of now at least, of our northern counties along US 50 up to the north in Illinois. Clay, Richland, Lawrence County, that out of the Lincoln, Illinois Weather Service office. That is set right now to expire tomorrow evening. Could very well be extended into the start of next week, like much of the tri-state. And of course, the US 50 corridor there to the north and US 231 to the east of our viewing area there, also not technically under the heat advisory. It's still hot. It's still very humid. That's what we'll be dealing with here. Not only tomorrow, but Monday and Tuesday. I think that's when the heat will peak in terms of this advisory, with feels like temperatures as high as 105, maybe a touch higher in some spots. But Doppler radar quiet right now. A few stray showers to the northeast of the tri-state, and we're sandwiched in between very isolated rain chances out towards the east, a little bit more to the south, just east of Nashville, and further up to the north and northwest across parts of central Illinois and central Indiana. We're just left with the quiet, clear conditions and the very hot and humid conditions as well. A little bit of activity there on the Twin Bridges from our Kate Foppel Ford Tower camera. A little bit of traffic there, but everything running smoothly here at the 6 o'clock hour. Out on the west side, of course, campus picking up a little bit as move-in is underway this past week, going back to class for the students for the beginning of next week as well. That's our view from the top of the library on campus. And finally, over towards the east side of Evansville, Diamond Valley Federal Credit Union Tower camera showing quiet, clear, and hazy conditions. We're still in the 90s here as of the 6 o'clock update. 93 for Evansville, Henderson, Owensboro, 93 in Morganfield, even a little bit hotter to the south. Calhoun and Dixon both coming in at 94. And even though it's cooler by a few degrees to the north of I-64, still right around or just above 90 degrees. Those feels like temperatures, again, easily in the upper 90s to lower triple digits. That'll be the case tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday before a system gives us at least a little more shower or storm activity. We're also watching down to the south and southeast one of the really first major hurricanes of the Atlantic season, Hurricane Erin. It is a strong Category 5 hurricane now, approaching Puerto Rico and making a turn to the west-northwest. 160-mile-per-hour winds, moving fairly fast too, west at 15 miles per hour. And it may get close enough to the east coast and the Atlantic seaboard to maybe give some rough surf, possibly some higher winds as well. But you can see the latest track weakens it a little bit, still a major Category 3 hurricane by the early to middle part of next week. But again, skirting to the northeast back out to sea, not really close enough to produce major impacts towards the east coast. But if you have anybody vacationing there over the course of the next week, week and a half, again, maybe some rough surf, but as of now, thankfully, fingers crossed, looks like any major impacts would miss the eastern United States. So back here at home, though, we'll be dealing with, again, the heat, the humidity, not so much relief in the way of rain. A complex of storms overnight tonight will fade away north of US 50. We could wake up to maybe a few stray light to moderate showers, and then those heat of the day pop-up chances. That's all we're going to be dealing with. So again, most of us are going to stay dry. Some of you could get at least some brief relief in the form of those isolated downpours. Monday, I think most of us end up staying dry. So a good amount of sunshine, highs in the mid to upper 90s. That heat advisory will continue. Feels like temperatures as high as about 105, maybe pushing 110. Not sure we'll get quite that hot. But again, that heat advisory continues through Tuesday and Tuesday evening. By Tuesday, I think we'll see most of the day starting off dry at least, but Future Tracker does want to show a few showers and thunder showers first thing in the morning into the afternoon. I think better chances as we head into late Tuesday evening and Tuesday night, and those will slowly start to diminish throughout the day on Wednesday as well. But our nights are also going to be very warm, very uncomfortable, very muggy conditions tonight. We're only in the mid 70s. And that's essentially where those lows will stay for the next few nights as well. Mid to upper 90s with a heated alert for that heat advisory for tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday. We get a little relief behind those rain chances as we head into Wednesday and Wednesday evening. And then still warm and a little humid, but much better compared to what we're dealing with right now. Upper 80s to end the heat wave for the middle to second part of next week. It looks like a hot day next week, Saturday, highs around 90, but dew points may hang out in the tolerable range for the start of next weekend.